Hello, good to see you all. Welcome back to episode 16 of Non-League and Beyond, or should I say season 4, part 1, where we take one team from the Vanarama National League South all the way to the Premier League or the Champions League, the dizzy heights of football. Before we get any further, if you can leave a like, subscribe on this video, that would be amazing. Really helps this channel and this video be seen by other people and helps me out. So if you're doing it, thanking you. Last season was fantastic. We finished top of the table with 96 points. Floyd come out of us winning the playoffs. And when you think we were season preview to finish 22nd in the league to finish top, we've done an amazing job. With that season being over now, it's time to think about Sky Bet League 2 Season 4. I've already spoke about a team. I need a striker. Leahy, I'm going to try and sell him. I want 2 centre-backs. And I will look at a goalkeeper. And definitely, I think Velassi, such a good signing. My first sign, I need a right back. And yeah, just cover on the left and right. 1 striker, 2 centre-backs and a right backs. And I've got a bit of money to spend. I've got 5k in the transfer budget and 27,000 on the wage budget. Overall balance of the club is looking fantastic. £796,850. And I will start improving the facilities like I said I would. So it's the start. Let's get to the best bit, which is the transfers. Well, before I get to transfers, we've got some news. The stadium's going to be enlarged. We've got 1,750 extra seats. The cost is going to cost us $2 million to comply with league requirements. Luckily for us, though, we've got a $1 million grant from authorities, and it's going to take 5 months. And now popped up is the top goal scorer award. Jaden Downs with 34 goals for Floyd. Had a really good season. He is wearing the Liverpool shirt. They must have let him go on the free. But Pharrell Williams for us was amazing this season, scoring 22 goals and 9 assists. And I put some board requests in and increased the youth level, got rejected. Improved the youth facility, got rejected, but the training facilities got approved of a cost of 220,000. On to debts and loans now. Last season, we didn't have any debts or loans, but we do have now £1 million. That's due to the stadium. We got a 1 million grant, but we had to take £1 million out ourselves. But we got 10 years to pay it. And finally, I could have my first player in. It's Andros Townsend wearing the Luton shirt. 34-year-old veteran. £1,000 a week. I've just got to accept it. Only for 1 year because he's 34. He's lacking in pace and acceleration to be on the right-hand side, cutting inside. But it's Andros Townsend, a former Premier League player. Former player of Tottenham. You know, Tottenham supporter. Should I bring him in? Yes, no, obviously it's going to be a yes. And another player in Nathan Carlian, a defensive midfielder. He's going to be playing the deep line playmaker on defend role. He looks very good in that position on a free transfer. And he's wearing the Newcastle shirt as well. So he's got some good pedigree. And next up, a centre-back, Tom Finley. He's 18 years of age. I've loaned him in from Lincoln. I was really struggling to find central defenders. And this guy looks good and he's got some great potential. And next up is a striker, and this the guy to partner Pharrell Williams up front. Antoine Hackford looks good. Come from Sheffield United. Well, I picked him up on a free. They let him go. I think he's played 10 games for them, never scored a goal. But for us, I think he's going to be very good in Sky Bet League 2. And then I brought in a 21-year-old Billy Heaps. He's got the Tottenham shirt on, and you know I love a former Tottenham player. His mental attributes are amazing. He looks very good, some great potential. I didn't really need him. But the scout report showed me him and he's too good to turn down. And next up, we've got our backup keeper. Well, I think he's going to be the backup keeper. And Aaron Bott, Nottingham Forest let him go. We picked him as per usual on a free transfer. That's why this one was from the director of football. But when I do a quick pick of best 11, they're telling me he's the best goalkeeper at the club. And then this one, Romeo Beckham, the player on the right-hand side. Okay, 2.5 star, 3-star potential, but I want his dad to come to games, so I bring him in. Next up, another free transfer in Blaine Rowe. Falassi's now started to shake in his boots a little bit. I think he realises now he's no longer going to be first choice. Also, another striker in Tyler Walker. We are paying him $1,200 a week. Looks very good. This is going to be some really good competition now, like who's going to start up front. Okay, this might be getting out of hand now, but he was on a free transfer. Max Waltman, another striker. I think Leahy and McLeod now might be on their way because we've got too many strikers, but he can also play on the left-hand side. And this one's a really good sign. He's a really good centre-back, but I still feel there's better out there. We just can't seem to find them. But Zach Brown, on a free transfer. Lacking a little bit of pace, but 6'2", tackling a 13, marking a 13, good potential as well, and good current ability. So he's the best central defender at the club. And the last player in is Deji Elaru, another central defender. Will he partner Brown at central defence, or would it be Freestone? I'm not quite sure, but he looks very good. Got some great physical attributes, great mental attributes. Tackling 11, marking a 12, heading a 13, 6'3". We're in Sky Bet League 2. It's good enough. All in all, I think there's some good transfers to Sky Bet League 2. Tom Leahy is on his way out, or he's gone. He's gone out on loan for a year, but his contract expires, so we'll never see him again. He just didn't score enough goals. We're getting 3.1k total fee. Funny thing is, he's gone to Hartlepool with Kingsley Wellings. On to finances, and what do they look like? Well, the wage budget were £5 under, so I think I'm done. I could loan in a few little players, maybe, if I can get them for free, obviously, and they're paying no wages. We will see, but I've got a big squad, so I think I'm done. We will see how we go in January, and I might shake things up a little bit. Transfer revenue, I've asked for some more. It was 45%, now it's 60%. Overall balance to the club, we've got £403,000, £822. If I look at the team, the first game is against Chesterfield. The goalkeeper, Bot or Roberts? I'm going to go with Bot. Let, Elaru, Johnson, Rowe, Heaps, Karian, Maswi, Townsend, Walker and Williams up front. When I do best 11, they keep putting in Watman, but he's good, or he's great. But Pharrell Williams was so good for us last season. And I've also done a suggestion. When it comes to numbers, I've named him number 1. Because I thought that was funny when someone left that in the comments. So his number is number 1. I thought it was funny. Right, season preview. Still laughing about it now. We are 21st. Newly promoted. That's not bad. Since we're newly promoted, that's not bad at all. Flydo also got through the playoffs. They're in 15th. So if that's the case, I think we should be all right this season just to stay in it, and then we'll build for the following season. Our 2 best players are Zach Brown and Tyler Walker, 2 good players. So if I go to the schedule, we've got Chesterfield, Blackpool in the Carabao Cup, MK Dons Crew, Tranmere, and Colchester. A good August to see where we're at. Should we get to some games? Let's do it. So our first game against Chesterfield at home ended in a draw. Hackford on the score sheet to make it 1-1. Then against Blackpool, even though we went a goal behind, we done the impossible against a championship team. We beat them in the second round of the Carabao Cup, 2-1. And my mate Andrews Townsend was on the score sheet. And then we played MK Dons, Hackford and Williams up front. But yeah, MK Dons too good, and they beat us 3-0. Then the next 2 games both ended in a draw of 1-1 against Crewe and 3-0 against Tranmere. But Hackford is so good. Pharrell Williams needs to start upping his game. Then we had Crystal Palace in the third round of the Carabao Cup, a Premier League team. But we got absolutely battered 6-2. But Pharrell Williams did score. And then near the end of August, I did bring in another central defender in Patrick Gamble on a free. And a few more players left. And Ethan McLeod's gone to South Shields on a free. Adalusi needs some game time, so he's loaned to Mainstone. And Jeffro Medine, same thing, I've loaned to Woken, because we've got a lot of central midfielders. Then back to the league, a 1-1 draw. We can't seem to win against Colchester. Heaps getting his first goal for the club. Ended 1-1. Motors Trophy, aka the Papa John's Trophy, drew 1-1, but lost out on penalties. That means we've got 1 point in our group. That's got Arsenal under 21s and Leyton Orient. All in all, not a bad start to life in Sky Bet League 2. We knocked out Blackpool in the Carabao Cup first round, which was excellent, but the second round was a tough one against Crystal Palace. I love to pick up our first win in the league. That would be handy, because I'm starting to worry a little bit. If we look at the league, we're near the bottom. We've got 4 points. We're in 19th spot. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Where's Floyd? Because they come up with us. How are they doing? They're in 11th. They're doing much better than us. We've got a lot to improve. Two teams go down. We're at how many points? So 9 points. So we're only 5 points away from 7th place. Like I say, it's only August. We're going to play 5 games. I've got belief. I've got belief we can do it. The Bristol Motors Trophy, we're still in that. That's going to be tough as well. Arsenal under 21s. Seems unfair. But yeah, I've got to crack on with some games. Hopefully get a good draw in the first round of the FA Cup as well to pick up some money. Let's go. Next up was top of the table Mansfield. And we were in it to a point. It was 2-1. And then this silly mistake in defence. Then in the end, we lost 4-1. Then against Gateshead, we took an early lead with Towns with the corner. It was a good corner goal by Gamble. Then a little bit later, Brooke only got himself sent off with this leg breaker. And then we collapsed and lost 3-1. And with that, morale was at rock bottom. I had to play a friendly just to get everyone back to winning ways, and we won 10-0. And next up, with morale improved, we beat Morecambe 6-3. Gamble with a penalty. Shabiz played on the right-hand side. He was phenomenal. Williams on the score sheet. Everything just went to plan. We were good going forward. Defensively, though, we're still a bit frail. Like I say, we conceded 3 goals. Then we got a lucky point against Shrewsbury. They had 18 shots to our 7. And then a loss against Cheltenham at home. We just couldn't score. We had 11 shots. And I don't know what my best team is. And then we got away with one against Leyton Orient in the Bristol Street Motors competition. They were all over us. 0-0. Clean sheet was excellent. And then it went on penalties. And Zach Johnson, not Zach Brown, even though I keep calling him bloody Zach Brown, Zach Johnson scoring the winning penalty. And then it was Stockport County, our second favourites for the league. But morale's great now. We're winning games. And we won this one nice and comfortable as well. 2-0. Defensively, we were really good in this game. And then a very close, entertaining game against Northampton. 4-3 we lost here. But things changed here because then I felt like I knew my best team after this game. And this is what I think is my best 11 because we played Harrogate away from home. And we thrashed them 4-1. We got a new guy on Thomas. He came in actually in the last game. Thomas on the left. He's left-footed. Shabiz on the right. Williams and Hackford up front. If we take a look at Thomas, he's a player with a lot of pace, a lot of acceleration. He can on the left or the right, or play as a shadow striker. But I love playing him on the left-hand side. Even though he's left-footed and he's supposed to be cutting inside, he works really well out there. And keeping this team together, we went on to beat Floyd, who got promoted with us last season. They are right up there, second in the league at the time. We thrashed them 4-1. Like I say, I like Thomas. I like Shabiz on the right. Williams and Hackford up front. I think that is the best front four we've got. And then we had a very entertaining game against Swindon where we won 3-2. We did need Tyler Walker and Andros Townsend to come off the bench to save us in this one. Then up next was Portsmouth in the FA Cup. This is a tough game because they're from Sky Bet League 1. And we lost 5-4. It's very close, very entertaining game. This Walsall game, I was so disappointed. We were 2-0 up. They had a guy sent off and we just threw it away. Threw 2 goals away and we just didn't look like scoring a third. Rochdale, totally different. That game, we were so good. Farrell, Williams, Hackford on the score sheet there. And Arsenal under 21s. Let me bring this one up. First half, we were 2-0 down. And we played a lot of changes. Bot played, Finley, Claremont changed, Maswi and Rosslang on the left and right. Hackford did play and Watman played up front. But I didn't really care too much about this game because I want to rest players up for the league games. And I made some substitutes after half time. And Farrell Williams and Luke Thomas were so good. And Shabiz, they were so good coming on. And we came back to win 4-2. If we check out the league now, that's amazing. We're doing really well. In the first round now, or the second round of that competition, we're 14th with 24 points. We're well away from getting relegated. But now, there's a belief there. I always say there's a belief. We could sneak into the playoffs. We're 5 points away. Florida dropping down a bit. When we played them, they were second in the league. Hackford, top goal scorer in the league. Also the best performer in the league with a 7.53. So him and Farrell Williams, front pairing. That's what I mean. I've been swapping and changing. I've been liking Hackford because he's been scoring the goals. But I've been changing people up front with him. And I'm just going back to Farrell Williams. I just think he's the guy to partner him. So there's a few more games to play. Like I say, what we've round to. What round is it? It's the draws been made. Is it the second round? So it's the second round of the Bristol. It's the Papa John's Trophy. Bristol Motors Trophy, Southern section. So we're in the second round of that. It's getting interesting. Like I said, I brought a new player in, Luke Thomas, on a free transfer. That's made a world of difference. A bit more pace up front. That's why I think I've gone with Shabiz, because he gives us a bit more pace on the right hand side. And with that, I'm not too sure. If I go by average, should we have a look at average ratings? If I look down the bottom here, Ross Lang, I think he could be on the way up now. Aaron Bott, he's unhappy that he's not playing. I think I might need to get rid of him. Freestone as well. And Maswi as well. I think I might offload him as well. Come January, they might go. Andros Townsend, he's not done too bad, a 6.76. The problem being he's a bit old and he's only going to get worse. And I think I will keep him till the end of the season, but I might get rid of Romeo Beckham. Firstly, I've not seen David Beckham around. I've been looking for him, but he's not turned up to a single game. So for £875 a week, he's an okay player, but the pace and stuff's not good enough. And I think that's what I want, more pace on the wings and stuff. So yeah, it's interesting. I'm going to go all the way till Christmas, and then that'll be the end of part 1. So I've got all these games. I am playing every single game, so that's why it's taken its time and the background might change. I might look a little bit different because it's taken me a few days to do these seasons now. But yeah, let's crack on and get to Christmas. Next up was Sutton, who we thrashed 6-3. Shabiz on the score sheet. Also, Tyler Walker got himself a couple of goals. And next up was Stevenage and Luke Thomas. He's so good out on the left-hand side, but he's even better on the right. Put Andros Townsend on the left, Luke Thomas on the right. Thomas coming up the goods with a good header. And then we had Gillingham, who are near the bottom of the table. Thomas with some good work again. We came out on top with him 3-0. And then our run of not losing a game for 6 games, we lost 3-1 against Brighton under-21s in the Bristol Street Motors Trophy. And then the next league game was against Leyton Orient. Away from home, we just didn't turn up. We lost 2-0. Then the next game was against Cambridge, who are near the bottom of the league. Luke Thomas with a brace, scoring 2 good goals. Then some transfer news, a player out. Andre Burley, who was so good for us last season, goes to Newport County on a free. He just couldn't get into the first team and he hasn't played a single game for us this season. And against Port Vale, we were 1-0 down. We equalised with Pharrell Williams. Bit lucky goal off the post. Then we left it late. We put everyone forward. 98th minute, even the goalkeeper. We got the equaliser 2-2. And the last game before Christmas is against Gillingham. And we've got some major problems because midfield, they need a rest. They're either injured. Heaps needs a rest. Brooke is injured. Carlion needs a rest. So we've got no one to play in midfield. And Alvarez, I don't think I mentioned this, he's got injured on the 31st of August for about 6 months, I think. He's still off for 5 weeks to 2 months. He's been out for so long. Freestone's going to be playing left back because Joshua Lett needs a rest. And Claremont is injured. So it's going to be Williams and Watman up front as well because everyone needs a rest, not fully fit. Hackford is not fully fit. Late fitness test. Wish me luck. 20 minutes in, and you can see our midfield of Heaps and Brooke. they look at them. They're dying already, and it's only been half an hour. Oh, joking me. Things are getting worse. 3 stones off. 2 yellow cards. Ball forward. No one's marking him. Shit. Good. Ball to Hackford. Come on. Oh. Corner. We're leaving it late. We've got a man less. What have we got? Nothing. Hackford. Get it in the box. Penalty. Andros Townsend. Get it in the box. Anyone. Falassi. Townsend. Someone have a shot. We just can't score. This, I think, will be the last chance of the game for someone. We need to nick the ball back and get up the other end. They've got the ball at this moment in time. It's been a really, really tough game. Point maybe would have been fair, but too many injuries, too many's. It looks like it's going to be a 2-0 loss. Sadly, that's how it ended. But in the league, considering how it started, we're doing really well now. We're 6th place on 37 points. 7 points away from Swindon, the automatic promotion spot. We stay where we are. We'll be in with a shout. Goals-wise, Hackford's still the top goal scorer in the league. And Luke Thomas, even though he's not been with us long, he's fair place on the highest ever rating with a 7.42. And he's 2nd place on assists. He's got 8 assists. He's had a really good start to life at the club. And that's where I'm going to leave it for part 1. 6th place in the leagues. Not bad considering where, like I say, where we started from. There's a lot of games to play. And I've got belief. I've got the hope. I'm dreaming of another automatic promotion. I feel I might need a few players in though and get rid of a few players. We've got the January transfer window coming up. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe on this part 1, and come back for part 2 to see if we can get automatic promotion. Back to back, anyone?